30 years in Herbalife, there have been 2 African-American president's team members in North America. A guy named Dr. Vendries, who's a surgeon in Jamaica, and then a guy named Joseph McClendon, who's Tony Robbins' #1 speaker. Like master's degrees, doctorate degrees, like it pretty much seemed impossible. And then some Army guy named Field joins our organization. He hits president's team in 3 years. Guess what happened? In the next year, 6 more people in our organization hit it. The reason I tell you guys that is the 4-minute mile or Brian hitting president's team didn't seem very likely. And then when it happened, everybody did it. Everybody did it. And so I want you guys to get that when Sabet finishes off this cut, this 3rd cut of global expansion team, that means her business is doing $250,000 a year in business, right? By the way, she did that over the past year while giving birth to twins, while moving, all kinds of things were going on. You guys, so I just want you guys to get that when this happens, like when this thing happens, when she finishes off this 3rd cut, not only are you guys going to be excited because you had a piece of it, like you guys had every volume point that you guys did made up her 3rd cut, and it wouldn't have happened without any of you guys. So I really want you guys to get how much you matter and how important it is that this happens. But watch what happens with you guys once she finishes this off. Because Get Team is a building block towards getting to President's Team. And when you see somebody can build a building block towards getting to President's Team, all she's got to do is do it again and again and again and again. And every time she does it, it's proof that you guys are going to do it as well. So she's going to hit global expansion team in the next 5 days because we're going to come together and we're going to make this thing happen. But what's going to happen in the course of the next year is you guys are going to start hitting it left and right because you will have seen somebody who's a part of your family do it. And there's nothing that creates more belief than that. You guys with me on that? You guys get that? Okay. And I know I probably cut out a couple of times on this, and I know my dog probably barked, but I really wanted you guys to get that when this happens, you guys matter. It's a super big deal, especially with what she's gone through in the past year. This is a huge deal. And you guys are all going to be like, me too. Me too. I can get there too. So I really want you guys to get how important that is. There's 30 of you or 40 of you on this call right now. You guys can all be a part. Right now, Sabet is at just under 15,000. Okay, so she's got to do 5,000. You guys, as a group, have got to do 5,000. Hang on one second. Can you take her, please?
Okay.
Okay, you guys have got to do 5,000 in the next 5 days, including today. That's 1,000 a day, which means if each one of you guys does like 30, 40, 50 volume points, it's going to happen. But let's not wait for that. Let's just push. You guys hit your senior consultants, get your new clients in the next 5 days. You know, hit your qualified producer, hit your supervisor, hit your active supervisor cut so that it's just a no-brainer, okay? So don't wait on other people to get this done. You guys just do what you got to do to get it done. This is going to happen this week, and when it happens, we're going to have a huge celebration for this. So it's going to lead into huge momentum because I know a lot of you guys are going to Extravaganza, and when you guys go to Extravaganza and when you see Sabet, right, with twins, right, getting through that whole thing and over the past see her walk the Extravaganza stage, it's going to blow your mind. It's going to expand your mind. And you guys are going to be so fired up that you're going to look back and say, you know what? I was a part of that. I was a part of that gold medal. I was a part of that global expansion team. I was a part of that huge win that our team had. So that's really what I wanted to say on that. I really wanted to acknowledge you guys for being willing to be on this call so you could hear about what you're a part of. This is a really big deal. But I think somebody can put this into better words than me. This next person really paints a picture better than I do. He's really amazing at vision, and he has a very, very, very big business. He has built 3 President's Team businesses underneath him. So his business is made up of 3 President's Team's business, and he's done it in half the time. He's done it in 3.5 years. And what I love about this guy is no matter how big his business is, it doesn't compare to how big his heart is. And he's one of those 6 that followed Brian in the next year. And he's also brought people on. Now, you guys, if you could just silently or however you guys want to do it, give it up for this next guy. But it shows that no matter what my background is, no matter what his background is, no matter where we come from, we all can get there. I mean, this guy's going to tell you his own story, but he's super passionate. So can you guys give it up for 30K executive President's Team member and my friend, Garen Jones. Give it up for Garen.
Woo! Yeah, Garen! Hey, girl, hey. I was waiting on you as well.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we're going to get this started. First and foremost, Jerry, thank you for having me on this call. I got to give y'all some background, right? Whenever Jerry says something, I just listen. I didn't have much belief in myself. I know it's about Sabet, but I just got to give you background on why, just like we always come to bat for each other, which is why this organization is crazy like it anyways. But when I was active world team, Jerry said something to me that just blew my mind. He said, yeah, you can do 40,000 volume points. And I'm like, I can? Whatever. I didn't have that kind of belief in myself. But he told me, you do this, you do this, you do this. You know, you do this. He told me, and I did exactly what he said to do. And exactly what he said was going to happen, happened. So I've always had an utmost respect for Jerry and all the things that he's told me. So definitely, Jerry, I love you, man, and I thank you for having me on this call. But we on this call for Sabet. You know, my brain just kind of functions the way it functions. So if any of you guys get something out of it, it'll be amazing. If you don't, somebody else will get it, and then you'll be like, what happened? What Garen said. I'll tell you in just my own perception, I know for a fact that whenever somebody that was close to me hit a level in the marketing plan that I knew I wanted to get to and they were close to me, that meant I was even more closer to that. It was cool when I was seeing other people do it, but when I saw somebody that was close to me do it, like watching Brian, when Brian hit active world team and I was world team, I was like, yo, that's my next level. I'm in active world team. When he hit millionaire team, or when he hit global expansion team, I was like, oh, well, he did it. It just made it possible in my brain because that was the person that brought me into the business. So just my mentality, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm going to tell you the results of the mentality that I've always had since day one. I will do whatever I have to do to make sure that the person who brought me into this business is eaten because it feels good on my heart. And I'll give you a story really quick. I had finished with my goal. I had a specific goal when I was, I think, at Active World Team. I finished doing what I was going to do. Like my volume points that I set out for, that's what I was going to do. But I know that Brian was still in a cut. And I'm going to quickly go into my story in a second. Brian was still in a cut, and then I went over to Jill Addy, who had the lifestyle that I wanted. And I said, Jill, I don't know what to do. I have these orders that I can place, but I'm already done with doing what I need to do. She said, well, I'll tell you this, Garen. She said, there's a difference between first place and last place, but there's a difference between first place and a world record. And it blew my mind because I've been first place before, but I've never won a world record. So I started looking up people who won world records and how they would finish and what they would do it for. And it was always for the team, for the team, for the team. And so it blew my mind. So that it turned my mindset into, you know what? I'm going to do everything that's necessary to make sure that my family is good so that now I have the physical evidence that where I'm going to go is true. I needed to see that because if I didn't see Brian, the person who brought me into the business, go to global expansion team, but I saw other people that I didn't have no connection to go to global expansion team, it felt further away. It felt further away because when he hit, I got to see. And we got two sets of eyes. We got insight, the eyes on the inside, and then we have We have the eyes on the outside. I saw with my insight and my outside eyes, I'm like, Brian, how does it feel? And because I was so close to him, he was like, man, let me tell you something. You were a part of this. It felt so good and it was so real. And they say you got to be before you can become. I knew that forever until this day, even at 30K executive president's team, I'm always in my mind, where Brian at? Where Brian at? Where Brian at? Where Brian at? Because if it hadn't been for him, I probably wouldn't even be alive right now. And that's real talk. So Sabet is in her third cut. Don't look at it as a cut. Look at it as our leader is showing us what's possible and where we are going to be. Because when you start burying your brain into all these cuts, your brain gets so overloaded. This is what the deal is. Sabet, my sister, is in her third cut of Global Expansion Team. She's going to be added to a roster, part of the new generation. And the vision that you guys are going to get from seeing her walk the stage as a brand new mother and everything that she went through. And when those flowers come down, because it's like 35,000 people, she's going to have the flowers, the red flowers, because of the Global Expansion Team. You can look and be like, I was a part of that history. And then it's going to go on to Millionaire Team when y'all are Global Expansion Team. That's what those tears are about when people get pinned. It's not just, I'm going to get pinned, well, wait, great for them. No, the tears are about who was in the trenches when it really mattered. Because exactly how we are is a direct reflection of how the people in our organization is going to be. I'm ride or die all day, every day, regardless if I hit my cut or not, no matter what. But that mentality translated to my team. And my organization is living witness. And y'all know that it's a living witness that the mentality translated. So now you get to decide how you would like to structure your mentality. Because if that mentality is structured to her, I'm going to do whatever I need to do in order to make sure everybody's good. Sidelines, uplines, downlines, whatever. Especially the family. So your leader is about to hit her third cut. And I can't wait to see the tears on y'all's eyes, on her eyes, on the family's eyes when that actually happens. Because there's no better feeling knowing that that same person is going to be the person that's pinning you. And when she's pinning you, you're going to have your own story. And y'all are going to be going through the same exact thing. And it's times like these that cultivate the character. And it determines whether you want to win or whether you want to lose, because how we are is a direct reflection of what happens in our business to our people, and that's what translates. You got 5 days. The Declaration of Independence was signed in 5 minutes. So what could you do in 5 days? If you're 1,000 away from 2,500, you already know that the minimum is 2,500. Shoot for 3K. If you're at 4,300, shoot for 5,000. Always go above and beyond, because when you go above and beyond, you'll have above and beyond outcome. And that's the deal. That's what this is about. Those pins represent truth, tears, blood, sweat, and tears in the trenches. And I tell you, the ones who are ride or die in the trenches, the ones who are ride or die in the trenches for me, all of them hitting President's Team this year. All of them. So just imagine 3 years from now, when you got the lapels and the diamonds and everything and what that represents. That switch can happen right now on this call. What will I do? Was I going to do this, whatever you were going to do? Not volume. People. Who was that one person you did not talk to that could have been a Garen Jones or a Style Bell? You never know. Garen Jones was homeless. Did you talk to that person? This is what I'm saying. Because that could be your next diamond. You just never know. 5 days, what could you do? Make a challenge. Make a challenge. Let's go. Like, I'm pumped up. It's not even my pen. It's a bet. Where I put the volume? Let's go. I got 2 orders. I just get pumped up. So mind my mind. But Garen Jones been with the company for 3 years and 5 months. Started this business in my car. Lived out of my car for 2.5 years. 3 months into the business, I was still in my car. And I had people to pull from. And people said, you can be, do, and have anything that you want as long as you put forth the effort. And whatever effort that you put out, that's exactly what you'll get back. You didn't have to tell me twice. Of course, I failed 1,000 times. But in all that failure, I learned what not to do. And the most important thing was I learned that I was going to ride for my team no matter what. And those who ride will be champions. Those who stay will be champions. Those who are in the trenches, when it don't seem like it's a lot going on, that's going to be your family forever. So you get to decide that tonight. And then watch the bet walk across that stage at Extravaganza, knowing that that's your future and beyond. So I don't have too much more to say because the ones who are ride or die, you already know what to do. The ones who are not, you already know what to do. So I thank you guys for allowing me to share my heart and, you know, share anything I have on this. What's left of this brain after this bomb 3-day LDW, because my brain is fried right now. But I'm super grateful for every single person on this call. I know you guys are just straight powerhouse and you already mashed through your first and second cut. And I'm going to tell you this. This was the most powerful thing. Because Super Mario, who is now President's Team, wasn't there, guess who he talked about in every single conversation that brought all of these new people into the business? My upline Garen Jones, he got to say, because other people in the beginning, so how's your business going? Oh, I'm a part of a global expansion team business. Boom. What's global expansion team? That's when your business is doing $20,000 for 3 consecutive months. But he got to use me as the example. And on up to Millionaire Team and on up to President's Team. Man, let me tell you something. Every single conversation that he had with somebody who actually wanted to do the business was, I'm a part of a $20,000 a month business. And that is true for every single person on here. Literally. And he milked it to the bone. And still to this day. Oh, this is my upline right here. This is the car that he just got. Guess what? I'm getting that same car. This is him right here. And you get to use that same thing. And that's how we use each other going up the marketing plan. Hey, listen. I'm telling y'all the secret. These secrets right here stimulate people's brains that's looking for opportunity. That's looking for health results. So imagine if you may not have it, guess what? Jerry got it. Patrick got it. I'm a part of a millionaire team. I'm a part of a President's Team business. I'm a part of a global expansion team business, and you get to draw from all of your uplines. Man, you have no idea. I'll be talking about Leslie Stanford, Mark and Jill like it's nobody's business. all the way up the marketing plan. Now it's your turn. Don't just use you. Yo, you got a bodega of a body of leaders that's doing it. And you can use that right now. What could you do in 5 days? Challenge yourself. You ever seen how much you do on the last day of the month? Last day of the month, people do more in the last 2 weeks. What if your last day of the month was now? What would you do? And then start over tomorrow. What would you do? And try to outdo every single day. You do outdo every single day, I guarantee you on the other end of that is going to be activity that you've never seen before. It's not the work, it's what the work represents. It's the efficiency at which you work, and is it part of a bigger picture? Global expansion team. The space. Global expansion team that's going to be created from somebody that goes from active world team to global expansion team gives you the mental capacity to know that you will be there, and you just literally got the space to where you're going to be. So that's enough for me today, because these veins is popping out right now, and I'm going to mess up my good suit.
Amazing.
So, thank you guys for letting me share.
Awesome. So everybody give it up, silent or unmute yourself for Garen Jones.
Thank you, Garen. Turn up.
Amazing. So we're not done just yet. A couple of nuggets that I got from Jerry was he gave many analogies to prove when someone you know gets to the level that you want to make it possible for you. And that don't wait on other people to go get it. You need to get it done yourself. And then Garen, of course, just an amazing person. It's helped me personally through so many positive and troubled times in my journey. He said, do what you need to do so the person who brought you in the business is eating. And that, if you don't understand what that means now, when you get to the position where you want to be, it will all make sense. And then he said, our leader is showing us what's possible. And then times like these, cultivate your character. So again, thank you guys for being so amazing, being transparent, and giving your time. Before we pass it to Sabet to close, if we have enough time to do a couple questions, if anybody has any. So unmute yourself and ask away. Or no?
Nothing
They
else.
don't have questions. They don't have questions. They place in orders right now.
Jen, your hand is raised.
Literally, I'm placing order.
Nothing else needs to be said. It was all said tonight. Let's finish this thing off. Third cut in the next few days. Let's go.
Boom. Okay, great. Sabet, my lady.
Chuck was talking, but he cut out. Can you guys hear me? I can't see you guys for some
Yes,
reason.
we can hear you.
Okay, awesome. I just wanted to say to Jerry and Garen, thank you so your team as a whole, and just really sharing just from your perspective, just, you know, your experience of going through and pulling for your upline, sideline, downline, whatever. Especially thank you for you guys for being patient for, you know, the beginning of the call when we had miscommunication. But that's what's so great about us and our family, is that everything is no problem. I'm glad, especially to Garen, that I'm able to have the type of friendship that we've had, because just like Steph said, like, you've helped me get through a hell of a lot. So I just really appreciate you just wholeheartedly, and especially to Jerry. So just briefly before my daughter starts crying again, I just wanted to thank you guys so much, because you guys did not have to get on this call tonight at all. And I just really appreciate you guys. So I'm going to pass it back to Steph.
Awesome. I have nothing else to say. Let's get to work. Let's finish this out. Let's be there at Extravaganza to watch her and multiple people walk across the stage, not in our organization, but in all of the Urban organization. Love you all. Have a beautiful night. And